Question time with the Gobby Gaffer. What do you think happens when your first choice goalkeeper breaks his hand? Yes, you're exactly right. The wheels come off the bus. So bearing in mind what the season has been like up to now, all of these, apart from the Real Madrid game, we don't speak about that, all of these nice shiny green dots. Yeah. My goalkeeper breaks his hand and what happens? So we get beat 3-1 at home by Atletico Madrid. We get beat away at Real San Sebastian 2-1, and then we get beat at home by Barcelona 4-2. I mean, okay, I suppose some of you will say Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, they're going to be tough games. Yeah, I agree, but certainly it would have been better having my first choice goalkeeper in there. I'm not blaming Juan Garcia at all, but at the end of the day, you know, we were dealt a really dodgy hand there. And the other thing I have to say as well is that the Barcelona and Real Madrid games, we conceded 11 goals in those two games, and yet none of them went to VAR. Every single one of them was just a goal, referee wheeled away to the centre circle, done. We're still getting goals disallowed. Virtually every goal goes to VAR. Okay, whinge over. Bit of a smiley face now. So I have made a few little tweaks and changes, and we've picked it back up again. And I mean, he's back playing again now. So he's recovered from his broken hand, and he seems to be all right actually. So the Spanish Cup first round, we had a 3-2 win in that against Langrio. We were 3-0 up in that game. What I've been doing is I've been playing Juan Garcia in the first half and playing Carnesecchi in the second half. So, we conceded 2 goals. We just about scraped through on that one. Then we played Levante, home game, a nice 3-0 win in that one. Conceded no goals, which was nice to see. And then the Spanish Cup second round against Alicante, and again a nice 4-0 win with a clean sheet. So I don't know whether we've turned the corner again, not quite sure. But certainly having my goalkeeper out, there was a massive blip in there. And I thought that was the kind of end of our season, really. But we do seem to have picked it back up again. And league position's still looking very, very nice. We're in 4th place now, where we have obviously, we've dropped quite a few points with those 3 losses. So not great, but we are still at 4th, 19 played, 39 points. But as you can see there now, that gap between 4th and 7th, which would take us out of the European places, is now down to at 7 points. But I have to keep giving my head a bit of a wobble. I must remember that the board requirement is mid-table. The media prediction is for 15th. My kind of hopes for the season were, well, just very early, avoid relegation and then maybe build next season. We're in 4th place. I can't complain at all. We're doing really well, and this bunch of players are playing really, really well for me. However, 1 or 2 players have gone out, and probably 1 or 2 surprises as well. I have raised a little bit of money with this, so as you can see there, Lazo went out to Zaragoza, 3.9 million. Turkman, who was, I think he was like a real budding midfield player for us. He was going to get his chance. He was going to be a really, really good player, but he just couldn't wait. So he went to Mallorca for 2.9 million. Lorenzo Luca, he's not been firing on all cylinders this season. And every time you get the promises email up, the promise for him is that he will be sold. I had a buyout clause in there of 13.5 million. Nobody's wanting to pay that. And it was a bit of a stumbling block. And it meant that Lorenzo Luca was playing with this kind of hanging over his head, this promise. So I thought, you know what? I'll show you what I've done in a second. But I thought, okay, Juventus came in, 10.5 million. I accepted it. And you have to bear in mind as well that the other board requirement, and I keep saying this, is get the finances sorted out. And with this, I am helping the finances. So I've got to balance it between having a good squad and doing well, but then get the finances sorted. And then also Enzo at Leodice as well. I think I only brought him in last season. He was, again, a very, very good midfield player, but he wanted to play more football. Montpellier, 4.1 million. I have brought a player in, a 22-year-old Portuguese lad, Vasco Souza. We paid a Porto 5 million for him, and he's one of those players who he can really pass a ball. He's got really good vision. He's another really good playmaking individual. So yes, I have made one signing. However, I've obviously, when you sell players, the immediate reaction is go out and sign a replacement. I was immediately looking for a new striker because Lorenzo Luca's gone. But then I had to think about it and I thought, you know what? What is causing me the most problems this season? It's having quite a good squad, really. I mean, most of my players are 3.5, 4-star players. Got a very, very good squad, but I'm not rotating an awful lot because obviously I want to give the players who are in the team, the first 11, I want to get them, playing together. So what I reasoned was that because I've got really good players who are sitting on the bench and they're complaining, I'm just wondering whether I stick with what I've got. I've signed Vasco Souza, but do we need to sign another striker? Probably not. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But midfield-wise, we've still got Bernabé, who, again, is on a promise. He's injured at the moment, but he's on a promise of he will get more game time and in the position that he wants to play, which is advanced playmaker. So I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. It's a difficult one. And my thinking is maybe I'm going to go forward with this season now. We're not in Europe, so that's a bonus as far as squad size goes. And I think I'm going to go forward on a reduced squad size. So if we just have a look at the forward positions for a second. Ivan Azon was complaining anyway. He wasn't getting enough game time. Since Lorenzo Luca's gone, he started scoring goals again. So as a lone striker, he's playing really well. Thiago Thomas, actually, I know Thiago Thomas of old. He's a great player. He knows where knows where the ball goes. It goes between the two white sticks. He can play striker, and he has done in the last few games. And that's one of the reasons we've started picking up a little bit. But also, this lad that we've got on loan can play striker as well. Simon Adingra, he can play up. He's very, very quick. He's got 16 for dribbling. He's very determined. He's got a lot of flair. He can play up top as well. As can Nico Serrano. He can play. So I've got quite a lot of players in those forward roles. Because Lelo's not getting much of game time at the moment. I could bring him in on the left wing. You see where I'm coming from. There's lots of options up at the top. Midfield, I'm fine for, I think, at the moment. Badoy is moaning and groaning. He's actually played the last 4 or 5 games. Hopefully he'll stop whinging. Obviously we've got Alex Scott in there who I'm trying to build the team around. We've got De Los Santos who's now getting quite a lot of game time. But we've also got Bernabé who's out injured. And we have Appelkamp who is a great player. We have Franjic. There's quite a few players in. The new lad, Vasco Souza. So I think going forward, I think we're all right. I'm just going to manage on what we've got, I think. And if we just have a look at the registrations, so basically, I've got the maximum number of non-EU players. That was increased to 3 when we got into La Liga. So I've got 3. But the actual maximum squad size of 25, we've actually only got 22. So we're 3 short. But I think we're not going to win the Spanish Cup. I mean, if we can get as far as we can and earn a few quid out of that, then that's fine. But, we've got kind of half a season or so to go now. No European football. I think the squad now, with a little bit of rotation, will be absolutely fine. So today, as per usual, we've got 2 games. We've got a league game away against Celta Vigo and then an unknown Spanish Cup 3rd round game. Who knows who that'll be? We generally, at this stage, get Barcelona or Real Madrid. We normally get one of the top teams that get knocked out early. I wouldn't be unduly worried about that, but, for, continuous wins, it would be handy to get a smaller team and get another win under our belt. Because if we could win those 2 games, then we basically would have that would be 6 games a 6-game winning run on the trot, which would be quite nice. So you're all nicely caught up now, and like I say, I'm not unduly worried about the little blip that we had. The keeper's back in now. He's playing, he's playing the 90 minutes now. Hopefully he won't break his other hand or his leg, or, well, knowing my luck, his head will fall off. Let's get stuck into Celta Vigo, shall we? Okay, let's get straight into this game. So we have Canasecchi back in goal. Back four of Fernandez, Niakate, Williams and Gendry. We have De Los Santos as the ball-winning midfield player, Bedoy and Scott in the midfield, Adingra and Thomas out wide with Azon, the lone striker. So, Celta Vigo, can we get 3 points here today? A clean sheet would be a start, wouldn't it? It's going to give the lads a little bit of encouragement. There's not an awful lot happening in the game at the moment. We played nearly 25 minutes and no highlights. We do start the highlight. The first highlight is Celta Vigo, and the ball just goes past the post. Canasecchi then never moved for that. I'm guessing he knew it was going round. Let's not question the goalkeeper, shall we? But Celta Vigo have had 2 shots now. Back again to a Celta Vigo highlight. I have to say my very early signing of the Rafinha, that's the set piece coach, well, it's turning out to be an absolutely brilliant signing. Let's just watch this attack. Can we put that in? No, we can't. Yeah, it's turned out to be a brilliant signing. The number of clubs who are after him, and I can't sign anybody who's anywhere near as good, so I keep giving him a wage increase, having a chat with him. He seems fine at the moment, so let's hope that we can keep hold of him. We are in the transfer window, so Appelkamp is the latest one that people are trying to nab off me. 12.5 million I've just turned down for him. I don't really want to sell Appelkamp. He's not in the team today, but I do need to be giving players a fair amount of playing time. These promises are starting to cause a little bit of an issue. But anyway, so snazzy pink kit alert, and we've got the ball here. Are we going to go out right with that? Scott, he's playing in an advanced playmaker role now, which is his preferred role. And that is a very, very nice goal. For once, it's not going to VAR, and that is, well, it was made by Thiago Thomas, but Alex Scott there put the ball out wide for Thiago Thomas, and we'll just watch that again. Scott just spins around in it, lovely ball. Thiago Thomas runs onto it, and then Ivan Azan just playing his, his attacking role there and puts the ball in the back of the net. So I'm just going to say I'm very pleased, and we'll just have a quick look. Nobody looks to be, we've got not lots of nice shiny green ratings here, which is very nice to see. So we'll just get into the second half now, and after a bit of a slow start, I upped the tempo a little bit. We've now had 6 shots, 3 on target, one of them's hit the back of the net. So I am probably expecting more offers for more of my players. I can't really afford to sell anymore now without bringing more in. So it's a bit of a tricky one. And of course, every time somebody comes in for a player, it has the potential to unsettle them. Appelkamp, to be fair, didn't want to go. And Reece Williams there, his 3rd goal of the season. That's the short corner routine that we're now working on. And that's proved trumps. And again, I can't emphasise enough, that's new set piece coach that we've got that everybody seems to want. He's playing a blinder. Celta Vigo with the ball now. We are playing a low block today, so hopefully we can cope with anything that they've got to throw at us. But you never know, do you? I mean, free kicks and corners, they can always spring a surprise on you. We just have to be a little bit vigilant here. See, we've lost the ball there, and that's in the back of the net, and it's now 2-1. Celta Vigo hadn't looked like scoring, So after that goal there, 61 minutes on the clock, I have made a little change. I've dropped my full-backs into a more defensive role. Puido and Lello have come on at the back just to give us a little bit more stability. And I've dropped the lines just a little bit. If we could nick a third here, that would be ideal. We've had 8 shots, 5 on target, an XG of 1.76. So we should be winning this game. But as we saw in one of the games earlier in the season, even with an XG of nearly 3 and we didn't score a goal, it's not a given, is it really? But Celta Vigo again on the ball now. Their goalkeeper has got it and he's just dribbling it out there. There was no pressure put on. Maybe we need to up the pressure a little bit. So I have just asked them to up the pressure a little bit, and although that's not gone through yet, but we have given the ball away again, and this is not ideal. Nice win back there though by Thiago Thomas, and we just need to get our foot on the ball now and just get a little bit of possession. A third goal now, I think would kill them off, but we are playing this ball around, and Ivan Azon there is through. Alex Scott, can he stick that in the back of the net? He certainly can. That's his 4th goal of the season now. We have had him on shooting training, by the way. His shooting early doors was pretty shocking. He's a great player, he's a great creative player, but his finishing not that good. But since we put him on finishing training, then he's actually started scoring a few goals now. And nicely picked up there by Alex Scott. Nice initiative. Puts the ball in the back of the net, and we're up to 3-1, and we are going to proceed with the tactical changes. I just want to drop my fullbacks a little bit. Let's just be a little bit more cautious now. Celta Vigo, 3 shots, only 1 on target. We've had 6 on target. 83 minutes, the last 3 changes now. Appelkamp and Tekpeti have come on the winger roles, and Bernabe, who's back from injury now, and he's moaned and groaned all through his injury. Quite a lengthy injury. He had about 4 or 5 weeks, and he's moaned and groaned all the way through it that he wasn't playing. So I don't know what he expects me to do. Am I going to play that has got one leg hanging off? Probably not. Let's see if we can just see this game out now. Well, we do come back to a Celta Vigo highlight. So the ball is floated in there, and he actually goes for the shot, and it's in the back of the net, and that is awful. Really awful. We are going to drop to cautious now, but that is far, far from ideal. So we do need to give these lads a bit of a demand more, I think. That's made 1 or 2 of them grumpy, and Celta Vigo again with another highlight. A corner. And that just skims the top of the crossbar. So we are living very dangerously in these last 5 minutes of time added on. And of course, when when you're kind of under the cosh and you're looking to grasp those points and you don't know what's going to happen, you get loads of highlights. When you need a goal to win the game, you get no highlights at all. Scott here now, coming forward. Can he actually play a nice ball through? Plays an absolutely awful ball through. And on the wrong side of Tekpeti there. And Celta Vigo now are coming forward and trying to get that 3rd goal, which would give them a point, maybe even a winner, who knows. And we've actually picked that ball up. Yes, we have. Bedoya has picked the ball up nicely. Tekpeti, can he get that? No, he can't. But Ivan Azon's in. Can he put this beyond doubt? Yes, he can. Ivan Azon. And that's his 10th goal of the season. Let me tell you, not that many games ago, just before Lorenzo Luca left, he was on 3 goals for the season. Now he's got 10. So something has stirred within Ivan Azon. Maybe the fact that he's now going to be the starting striker, at least for the rest of the season. It's certainly fired him up. And that should be it now. 3 points should be ours. Unfortunately, we have conceded 2 goals today, which I'd rather keep the clean sheets, obviously. And the draw for the 3rd round of the Cup has been made. We have a home draw against Vallecano, a La Liga side. So I think that's the first La Liga side we've played. Can we win that one and get through to the next round? Get a little bit of dosh in. We'll see you in the dugout for that one. So back into the cup, and the team for today is Carsonetti in goal. Made quite a few changes in the back four just to give one or two players, particularly Travassos, young kid who's got a 5-star potential at right back. So we're playing Lello, Niakate, Puido and Travassos. The midfield three, Badao, Scott and De Los Santos. The two wingers are Adingra and Thomas, with Azon the lone striker. So this is going to be our toughest test yet in the Spanish Cup this season, without a shadow of a doubt. They are a La Liga side, so this is not going to be easy. We do have home advantage. One advantage we don't have is a decent crowd to back us. Where are the fans? I mean, oh my word. I'm getting A pluses. The board are absolutely over the moon with the league position. We're going great guns. We've got a penalty. Where did that come from? I was waffling then, I missed that. Lello taking the penalty. Fires it in the bottom left hand corner. We're 1-0 up. I missed that one. Not quite sure what happened there. But yeah, I don't know what we've got to do. I mean, there's more away fans in than there is home fans. It's absolutely shocking. So 24 minutes on the clock now before we get the next highlight. Ivan Azon there doing some nice defensive work. Although, to be honest, with nobody in the box now, so he needs to get a bit of a spurt on. And that's a very, very poor bit of defending. And that's very, very nicely taken there, but fortunately put over the top. So having started the episode off by saying I wasn't going to sign anybody else, I think I might be forced into it. So Carboni, my left-footed backup centre-back, he's the latest one to have a moan and a groan. Not playing enough, want to go out on loan. What do you do? Because if you say no, the next thing is, oh, we've got a team leader meeting. Everybody's disgruntled. The happiness in the dressing room drops. So, and as soon as I said yes, you can have a loan, about 6 club came in for him. So we're going to lose him now for the rest of the season. And we've given away a penalty now ourselves. So it's going to be 1-1, I think, unless Carsonetti can do something here with a good save. And he never even moved for that. That was awful goalkeeping. Absolutely shocking. So we're back to 1-1. So yeah, I am going to have to go into the transfer market now. I might sign somebody on loan actually, and not permanently. Just sign a backup. I mean, left-footed centre-backs are not that easy to find, at least not decent ones. I think we're going to give them a little bit of a demand more actually, because this is not good enough. So we reached half-time and it's 1-1. So I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. Let's have a look and see who's not playing very well. Badoy in midfield. I am going to have to give him a nickname because I'm still struggling with his name. We all still seem to be playing okay. I might bring Appelkamp in actually in midfield, and let's see if he can do a little bit more for us. So first highlight in the second half, and the away team are getting the upper hand now a little bit in this game. Alex Scott there just runs out of steam, which is very, very odd. I find that very odd when he's like a kind of a wonder kid, 5-star potential. He's playing at 4-star at the moment, and the match engine sees him giving the ball away. Little bit odd. Okay, Lello, we know what he can do down that left-hand side. Can he get a ball in the box? Yes, he can. Ivan Azon there, pulls it away. Appelkamp in the back of the net. Just come on, fresh legs, and fires the ball into the back of the net for a 2-1 lead. Nice work down that left-hand side. We've seen Leonardo Lello do this numerous times. Azon there. Obviously he thought, I can't put this away myself, so I'm going to pull it away, drag the defenders, slip it back in. We're 2-1 ahead. A ball given away again there. So something is not quite right here. If we being shown to be giving the ball away all the time, something's not quite right. I don't know whether it's tiredness or what it is. And that is a big miss. Big miss. And somehow that's gone out for, must have got a deflection then. It's gone out for a corner. Fran Garcia's going to take this corner. And that is a strange corner. Don't think I've ever seen one of those in Football Manager before. Ivan Hazan now chasing down this side. And that could be a sending off for Izzy. It's not a sending off, it's just a foul. We don't even get a free kick for it. 57 minutes, 3 more changes. We've got Bernabe, Franjic and Sousa's coming on. It's not his best position on the right wing, but we're just giving him a bit of a run out. So we come back to a highlight and the changes have not been made yet. Oscar with the ball there, a little bit of a ponderous bit of possession on the ball. Nicely skipped round our players there, and again this lad can dribble, and it was a save of sorts, but I do like that lad. He looks very, very good. Yeah, just having a quick look at him there. It's Jegard, I think it is, the 22-year-old Danish lad. He's only got a 13 for dribbling though. I mean, he's okay, but it's not amazing. I mean, the way he dribbled through our players there, it actually looked stunning. So just dropping down a little notch now. We've gone to a positive mentality. Another goal here would seal it, I think, for us. Bernabe now who's come on. And a free kick there and just goes over. One of the things we're not massively good at is free kicks. The keeper generally tends to save them in that top corner. We get another second bite of the cherry here. Can he do it this time? And this time it was that pushed onto the post. It's very, very, very rare we score from a free kick. So back to a Vallecano highlight. Let's hope it's not a highlight. Or if it is, somebody nips in and nicks the ball off them and we go up the other end and stick it in the back of the net. But it wouldn't surprise me if they got a second goal there to take it into extra time. Football Manager does like its extra time and penalties. So this is, I was going to say it's slow, quick, slow. It's not actually, is it? Slow. Bernabe now with the ball. Nice ball to Vasco Sousa. What can Vasco Sousa do with this now? He's running into the penalty area and that's hit the back of the net. A little bit fortuitous, I think, but that was a nice goal and a nice cartwheel from the young lad as well. Vasco Sousa coming on the right wing. And Bernabe plays a lovely ball to him. He takes that really well first time. He's got players chasing him down, and I think he just does get a little nibble of a rebound there, doesn't he? But it goes in off the post, and it's 3-1. So I think we are going to drop to a cautious mentality now. And the last change, Serrano has come on the left wing. We've got about 10 minutes of this game to go now. I think we should be fairly comfortable, unless we get some buffoonery going on. I've seen that before, so nothing ever surprises me really. But nice ball in there from Serrano to Appelkamp. Appelkamp ball inside to Bernabe. Bernabe needs to play well. He needs to show me that all of the moaning and groaning and whinging that he's done is justified, and he should get a spot. Because him and Alex Scott could share that advanced playmaker role. That's what he wants to play. But a nice little layback there. He's just been a pivot there on the edge of the penalty area, waiting for the ball to be played to him so he can use his flair and his passing ability. Leonardo Lella now doing his stuff down that side. Serrano, Appelkamp, ball inside. That's in the back of the net. And Vasco Sousa gets his second goal for the club. Second goal of the game. Nice little substitution appearance there for the young kid. And more often than not, when Leonardo Lello has that ball down that left-hand side, something happens. And this time again, nice smart little finish there, left-footed. So we're coasting nicely now in a full time. We're through to the next round of the cup. Can we progress a bit more? I don't know. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. While they're not particularly chuffed and delighted, I'm not going to give them a pat on the back. it probably might not get taken the right way. Sometimes you have to read Football Manager, and I think that's one of the tells. Don't give them the pat on the back when they're not looking particularly happy. And just before we leave this episode, there's the league table. We're now 20 games played, so we're just over halfway through the season. We're in 4th place, 42 points, and we're 4 points ahead of Cadiz. And we're, 7 points ahead of Sevilla. So things are going very, very nicely. So a little bit of doom and gloom there at the beginning of the episode. We had that really dodgy little run. The keeper broke his hand, out for 4, 5, 6 weeks. But we seem to be back now, firing on all cylinders. Still not quite sure about the keeper, if I'm honest. I don't know whether the broken hand has caused him a few issues, and maybe he's not come back the same keeper. We'll have to see. But he's only just come back. We'll have to give him a little bit more time. But a nice episode. 2 wins. So that's great. I think that's the first episode we've had with 2 wins. Not quite sure. Usually they're 4-point episodes. If you're a regular viewer, you know they're normally 4-point episodes. I mean, this time, obviously, one was a cup game, so it's not a 6-point episode, but it's 2 wins. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. Please give me a like. Please subscribe to the channel. It is growing painfully slowly, but all of that kind of stuff just helps me along nicely. And all that's left for me to say is we'll see you next time.